James, what the fuck are you doing?
Ah, I got your ass.
Okay, I was like, where the hell are you?
The thug shaker.
You need to leave. You need to leave.
Oh, cactus looking very green.
All right. Good evening, RFCL Nation. Tonight we have the matchup between Central Oklahoma and Lake Erie. I'm excited to get this thing started. And before we end up going too far down the line, Coach Pars has created a nice little Pars's Picks, or as I like to call it, Pars's Yapping session. So, here you go.
All right, guys, let's get it. It's officially day 3 of week 2 of the RFCL. Now, today we have UCO versus Lake Erie. On paper, not a good matchup. UCO historically would run away with this game. Lake Erie came out last week throwing, dotting. They look good. However, you know, it's the difference of matchups. UCO last week played JSU, who was emerged as the #1 team in football after last week, which it's only been 1 week, so we can change. Lake Erie didn't really play that level of competition. Interesting to see what they have cooking for
Hey, Brock, just wanted to let you know you're live right now
on the screen,
with your voice.
Overall, offense, defense, everything is leaning in the favor of UCO. I can't believe Lake Erie's got a A-. I know they had great recruiting class on defense last season. But regardless of that fact, can't believe they're that high. But then we look at points per game. Again, only been 1 game, so take that with a grain of salt. Everything you see there, it's not really worth mentioning. What is worth mentioning is total defense, 332 yards from Coach Rader and that team. They need to be able to step it up this week. I think this week's on Coach Rader. I think this week's on the UCO defense. Fred's going to get hot. It's going to be found out. This week's on the UCO defense to stop Joey and that Lake Erie offense. Can they do it? I think so. I'm going to go against my man, and I'm going to go UCO for the game tonight, and I think it won't be close, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be around 10.5 point favorites for UCO. It could be more. I could see them winning by 2 scores. I really could. And that's my pick for tonight. Let's get it.
All right, so I apologize to anybody who ended up hearing the background noise. Apparently my little switch doesn't work nearly as well as I thought it did. But anyway, here we are. We're ready for a great game, and we're going to go ahead and get into some interviews once I figure out what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with Central Oklahoma. All right, good evening, gentlemen. How are we feeling before this game?
Feeling great. Looking to bounce back after a horrible performance. There's no other way to put it. It was bad last week. Looking to kind of rebound and put a better game together today.
All right, glad to hear it. So we ended up seeing Jacksonville State ended up kind of running it pretty hard on you guys. Coach Rader, how are you going to stop Lake Erie's offense tonight?
We added some things to the playbook that we're going to try and use, and just actually getting to look at the roster and kind of understand where our strengths lie. I think this will be a lot better game than last week.
Gotcha. So kind of going off of that, do we feel like last week was a little bit of hubris going into that game? You thought that you were somewhere you weren't?
I mean, look, we haven't had a lot of those games, and it happens. Jacksonville State played great, and we didn't, and we got too far behind. But we're going to throw our game plan out the window, so we just got to, stay on top of things this time, not let it get away, and hopefully build a lead so we can play our game and not have to play from behind.
All right, like to hear that. I have nothing else. Good luck to you, gentlemen. I'll see you at halftime.
Get it.
Do your analysis, though. Oh,
All right, Coach Jara, Lake Erie, Coach Core. So you guys are coming off of an outstanding game. You guys ended up being the defending champs. I mean, not a whole lot of offense in that game, but hey, win's a win. Who cares? What are we thinking about going into this week?
Jerry, you got that?
Oh my gosh. Well, thinking about winning, I mean, that was definitely talked about in the team meeting. Look to score a lot more than 10 points. This UCO team definitely knows how to light up the scoreboard. So we just got to make sure we get stops on defense and capitalize on offense whenever we have the opportunities.
Okay, all right, Coach Core, how are we feeling about defense? What are we going to do here tonight?
I think my plan is to slow them down early. Like, don't let them get anything going early in the game. I know Weasley will get going eventually, or whoever they put at quarterback. So I just gotta take advantage of him being cold early in the game and maybe force some turnovers.
Gotcha. All right, I have nothing else. I will see you guys at halftime. Good luck to you, gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
All right, we are getting here to the start of it. Shout out Coach Jet. That man is sexy. We're going to go ahead and start with UCO cams. I think we're looking to see a decent matchup tonight. Something that Season 2 was not exactly able to deliver, unfortunately. All right, and then UCO off to a rough start, missing the coin flip. All right, we're just waiting patiently, seeing what's going to happen. You know, we're out here. Looks like a great stadium. Lake Erie's got some cool stuff. And eventually we'll get to the game once people stop making some adjustments. All right, lining off the kick. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. We have to restart. Caleb, I know you're listening. I'm upset. And I need you to know that. 1 minute quarter. I didn't even notice that. Caleb, what are you doing? All right, this time for real. All right, we got Coach Trigger in his natural habitat, angry. But yeah, we'll see how this goes instead of trying to speedrun the game, unfortunately. So, as always, blame Caleb. Caleb is always the mastermind behind any devious plot, and you should definitely feel angry towards him for any minor inconvenience you have while you're in the RFL. And we're going back to strategy and all that. It's always great to have a plan. However, it's great to have a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And we're going to see how either of these teams react to that. All right, and the kick is away. All right. UCO receiving it, decided to take a touchback. Now we're going to see how Fred Weasley ends up stacking up to everybody. Both of the Weasleys have kind of gotten off to a little bit of a rough start, but hey, season's a season. They're going to figure it out. Maybe not. I know that they're both still, as of the beginning of week 2, they were both the computer-based Heisman frontrunners. So they have a lot to prove, and they have a lot to leave. So we'll end up seeing what happens. Okay, handoff to the outside, and there's 3 Lake Erie defenders to get green. Which is kind of ironic because Lake Erie's the green team. Lake Erie's going to stick with a 3-3-5, it looks like, today. Coach Core was able to do some serious work against NWMO, as Coach Kearnsey calls it. See if that can end up staying up today against a much higher powered offense. They see defense wins championships. However, it's incredibly difficult to win a game if you can't score. Running back in motion. Fred Weasley taking a step back in the pass and hits the corner route to Ian Newman for a 17-yard gain. UCO electing to stick with a hurry-up offense. Kind of keep Lake Erie, very strong defense on their toes, on the heels. Hopefully can get a quick one off here. Looking audible, does. And they're going to go with a, looks like an inside zone for 2 from Green. Uh-oh, fabled double stack. Are they going to stick with that? Are they not? Well, we never know. Looks like Lake Erie's going to go to the 4. Fo. Oh, then running backwards for a negative 3-yard rush. Apologize for the lackluster play-by-play. Gotten a little bit distracted. I'm going to go ahead and turn on Do Not Disturb. There's nothing more important than RFCL. There never will be. And Reed, what do you got beef with my mic? I'm doing my best, okay, honey? Looks like Lake Erie's going to go back to the 3-3-5, going across here. 3rd and long situation. Looks like UCO is going to have to throw it. They do. Steps back. And a whole lot of nothing over there. Looks like they're going to have to go with punt here. 4th and long. In an unfavorable field position. Looks like Lake Erie's going to go. Went to cover. Punt is away. Back to receive is Lake Erie. Oh, to the 34, 35. Pretty good return, getting them some decent field position to start. And going to Jara's patented flexbone offense. Some may say it's boring. However, I think it's going back to the true roots of football, especially college football. And we're going to see if they actually decide to use the recently invented, back in the 20th century, forward pass. Running back in motion, running up the gut with Nick Jackson with a 4-yard rush. So as a defensive guy, I gotta call out what I see in the defense. We're looking at, like, we're sticking with a 3-4. Raiders doing a good job. Going with odd. Looking to stop the run here. Don't mind that. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, no. Yeah, we out here. All right, no yard rush from Nick Jackson. All right, we're going to go on to Do Not Disturb, so hopefully you don't get like my 50 notifications. I apologize in advance. I am a nerd. Looks like we're going to still stick with a 3-4 here with UCO. Lake Erie at a 3rd and mid, probably 3rd and long for them, considering that they do not have a great passing offense. Alright, they're smart routing. Stepping back to pass. Ooh, ends up hitting his guy, John Weeks Jr. 18-yard reception. Actually puts them past the chains. Lake Erie's off to a decent start here. Can they keep that momentum? That's the real question. Coach John, very active in the chat currently. He is serving a suspension still, but he is doing his best. All right, so starting here on the 44 of UCO, going back to the running up the middle. Saw that first play. First play ended up going pretty well, and then they've gone back to it and had very lackluster results. But flexbone, kind of one of those things. You're just kind of going. You see what you can do, see what you can really pick away at the defense, and ultimately it just takes one play. Still sticking with the flexbone, and still sticking with 3-4 over here on UCO. With a 1 yard gain on the last play, we are at 2nd and 9. Oh, big run up the middle to get a 7-yard rush from Nick Jackson, getting a 3rd and short. Curious to see what Jar is going to go with here. Wouldn't be too surprised if he ends up taking to the air, but I also wouldn't be too surprised if he takes to the ground. Okay, we're going to go into an ace spread formation. Sticking with a 4-3 under. Switching entire formations to hopefully stop Lake Erie right here. Looking a little bit weak in the line. They might have a chance at running up the middle here. Oh, 2 seconds. Oh, dropping back. Hit as he threw. And first down to move the chains from LaDainian Tomlinson. All right, going back into flexbone. Seems to be the bread and butter currently for Lake Erie. And now we are going to, thank you for reminding me, Pars, that I probably should have the team that, is playing, have them on cams. Oh, look at Jara's daughter. And back to the fullback dive. My apologies. Run up the middle. All right, just to make sure everybody is aware of the chat. It's not the bread or butter. We just find it funny to use flexboner, which I'm not surprised it is, Coach John. And LaDainian Tomlinson with another 7-yard reception. It's not currently on me.
It's not?
No.
Damn it.
No flashing the camera.
Well, that was my idea.
Thank you, Reed, for reminding me that I can't just go through my Discord. All right, 3rd and short here.
Yeah, I'm gonna look stupid going in this by myself. I'm gonna look stupid.
Oop, stepping back, just long. Camden Mayo with an impressive 3 and 4 on the first drive. All right, Lake Erie going for the field goal here, and it's made.
1/3 of the PTs PFA in
All right, is that better for you there, Reed? I know it's like crazy, but okay, there we go. All right, UCO back on the field, doing a good job. They're going to shotgun here. I apologize for all the background noise. right, and UCO, the first down from a rush. Going back into shotgun, taking some signals from the sideline, really getting the play here. Looks like they're going into an audible here. All right, last play of the quarter, steps back, throws to a whole lot of nothing. I mean, maybe he thought that the Lake Erie logo was open, but hey, is what it is. All right, going into the second quarter, we have a 2nd and long. Looking like Lake Erie is still staying in the 3-3-5. Going with a screen pass. And a 7-yard reception for Green. All right, 3rd and short, 3rd and 3 here. It's a double back. Ooh, almost had offsides by the Lake Erie defense. Back in motion, taking a step back, throwing, first completion, 15-yard reception. I apologize, that was the second completion. This one to Colt Strong. Now they're on the opposite side of the field, looking to extend this drive. 3-3-5 stack from Lake Erie. Looking like we're going to stick in the shotgun ace formation for Fred Weasley. I am crazy, and apparently I can't count, so hey. Fred Weasley now had 3 completions. Okay. Green with the counterplay to get 2nd and 5. All right, Fred taking his time, taking the snap, stepping back. Oh, and is hit heavy as he takes a step back to make it a 3rd and 5. Alright, I apologize for me not filling silence, but I'm doing my best to make sure you guys don't get the inner happenings of the Baroque Chalk household. Alright, 3rd and 5 here, 6 in the play clock. Fred Weasley takes another step back, and takes the sack. What maybe had him in long field goal range completely takes them out here. Now the real question is, are they going to put it in the hands of Fred Weasley here, or are they going to punt it? Looks like they're going to take a punt. UCO with the punt. Looks like Lake Erie is going to let it go into the end zone. It does for a touchback. You don't want another white boy rapping, trust me, John. Well, no. I am an awkward aerospace engineering guy. I'm from the from the suburbs of Colorado Springs. I'm not from the hood. All right, and Lake Erie starting their drive on the 20. Not a whole lot of play clock. Beck Lindsay going in for motion. Nick Jackson with a 1-yard rush here to make it 2nd and 9. Yes, for everybody who's not aware, Coach John is suspended for recruiting violations. I'm probably going to mention it another 15 times during this stream, but hey, you guys know. All right, 2nd and 9 opportunity, taking a step back, and Mayo is going to end up taking it on his own for an 18-yard rush. And it looks like Coach John has some really choice words to say to his quarterback, Mayo, who apparently is unaware that he can slide in order to avoid the hit. Although I will say, Coach John, Mayo did almost draw the face mask penalty, so I don't know if that was his plan or not, but he almost got it. So props to him. Going back to the flex boner, run up the middle. Run up the middle has not really worked since that first play, but that's all right. 1 yard's better than none, better than loss. All right, so apparently from Coach John, apparently Mayo is supposed to be playing like Johnny Manziel, so good for him. I don't know who this Johnny Manziel is. I'm not going to acknowledge the fact that you corrected your mistake. You should feel bad, and you made a spelling error, so it sucks. But here we are. In shotgun, 2 on the play clock, snaps the ball. Mayo thinks that he has legs. He does not. All right, 3rd and long opportunity here for Lake Erie. They're going to go with a shotgun 5 receiver formation. And it looks like Coach Rader is looking to find something that's going to work. And he goes going to go with the 4-2-5. I wonder what game plan he has here. All right, ball is snapped. Takes a step forward as if he's thinking that they're going to freak out, and misses his wide receiver long. Zach Spillin M. Beans apparently got credit for that, but you know. Now we got Lake Erie going up for the punt. Lake Erie actually winning the offensive battle. I'm not sure if anybody else thought that was going to happen, but they are. And the punt is away, received by UCO, and UCO gets stopped around the 22. All right, UCO having some serious offensive troubles right now, seeing if they can remedy that in this drive. Coach Touchdown TV is calling his shot here. I don't think they're going to throw a pick on a halfback run, but now that's just me. Sticking with a 3-3-5 Lake Erie is. And it looks like we are sticking with the shotgun formation for UCO. All right, then the play clock run down, and Green was contacted in the backfield, but still somehow manages to get 2 additional yards from their original spot, making it 3rd and short with less than 2 minutes to go in the second. And to kind of quote Coach John here, looks like they're going with the arm punt method, UCL, and it doesn't seem to be working so well for them. Almost got Fred in the backfield for a sack. However, Lake Erie's defense ends up coming up strong to only allow 1 yard, making it a very difficult position for UCO to be in, down by 3. The clock ticking. We're at about minute 10, 21 seconds on the play clock. Kind of curious to see what ends up happening here. If UCO sticks in the Shotgun formation, I'm really confused. Then again, I am also not known as a offense guy. Just season 2, Miami, Ohio. Looks like they are going to go for it. However, there's only 5 seconds on the play clock. They might be trying to draw an offsides here. Calling a timeout with 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Big decision here for UCO. Are they going to risk it? I mean, in my opinion, from how Lake Erie has really done offense in its entire existence, I think that, yeah, I'm with you, Coach Pars. Overall, I think the worst case scenario, if they do not get this, is an additional 3 points from Lake Erie. So, kind of a low risk, low reward situation, but it's not going to really pan out for UCO if UCO is unable to put any points on the board. Going I formation, 10 seconds on the play clock, 4th and 1. Major make or break point here. Calling another timeout. Looking like they were going to draw the offsides here. Wonder if they're going to use all 3 timeouts in this. Still looking to stay in the Maryland eye. Something's definitely cooking over in UCO. Coach Watt is an aggressive play caller, but to be honest, I'm not really sure what UCO is doing. It seems like they're just trying to delay the inevitable here. Really deciding to go against a very strong defensive team like Lake Erie. This is a long 1 yard, especially with you if you look where the positioning is. It's a yard and a half, really. Bringing it down all the way at the they're going for it. Get the first down and some for a 6-yard rush by Green. Have 47 seconds left on the clock. 1 timeout. Can they get down all the way into field goal situation? Taking a step back, throwing the ball to the Lake Erie sideline. I guess he's really confused at what uniforms that they are wearing. Lake Erie in a good position here. 43 seconds left in the second quarter with 2nd and 10. Looking to stay in the 3-3-5 stack. Big fan of that. Big 3-3-5 guy. Oh, looks like they're going to show blitz here. Oh, just kidding. 3 seconds on the play clock. Drops back to pass. Hits his guy. Colt Strong with a 5-yard reception. Clock's still ticking. Right around 30 seconds, probably at the time that this ball gets snapped. 3rd and 5. Fred Weasley with the snap. Taking it back. Deciding to run with it. Tuck it and run. And he's absolutely hammered with 21 seconds to go with 4th and 2. UCO seeming to take the option that we always thought really was, and going with a punt. Now with some interesting clock management, Lake Erie's not left with a whole lot of time. Lake Erie gets all the way out to the 25 with 12 seconds remaining. Does Lake Erie just run it here, see if they can end up getting away with it, or are they going to try to end up making something happen here? All right, T. I respect that you're trying to help out Lake Erie. However, you're my offensive coordinator. These are trade secrets. All right, so it looks like we're going to go with a double stack here. Taking a step back. Nice little dump off pass, a nice little check down. Looks like Lake Erie's going to take a timeout here. 2nd and 5. Really enough time for one more play, especially if they end up throwing it. Trying to really chunk it out there. Going with the double stack again. My guess is they're going to go with verticals here to end the half. All right, you got that 5 wide. Not in prevent, looks like. They are going to back off their corners. Mayo's going to tuck it and run. Clock expires. And the slide. I'm confused. But hey, he didn't fumble the ball. He looks like he's going to remain warm. All right, now we're going to take a step back and we're going to get some interviews. We're going to go ahead and start with Lake Erie.
Yeah. We got options.
All right, Lake Erie. Solid first half. Didn't allow anything on defense and have 3 points on the board. How are we feeling?
Oh, yeah, you go. You got it.
We're feeling pretty good. I feel like offense is moving the ball despite the score. We just been on the fields for so long on defense that we haven't given our offense many opportunities. Defensively, yeah, we're playing as good as you can ask for. Just want to get off the field a little faster.
All right. Coach Jara, what's your plan for offense? You only put up 3. However, I know that Lake Erie's MO is not necessarily offense. But how are you looking to strengthen this lead?
We'll see how things play out to start the second half. I mean, like Cora said, offense has been moving the ball. It's just the missed throws. Like, we had to throw to the end zone, and we had one-on-one on the outside, and he airmails it to his mom in the stands, whatever the hell that was. So, I mean, we'll see how he does coming out in the second half. We've got a little bit of a different game plan in mind, depending on how things go. My assistant OC went to bed, so I guess I'm going to have to hold it down from here on out. So, we'll see how things go.
All right, wish you luck without your assistant. Thank you, gents. I'll see you at the end of the game.
No problem. You're welcome. Have a good one.
All right, so this is Coach Barack, who hates WAD. And we have UCO. You guys are down 0-3 currently. How are you feeling?
Yeah.
What's the plan?
I mean, offensively, there's been a couple plays that have been good, but it's just, I don't know. We've got to figure out. Obviously, Core spent 2 seasons with Juan and I, so he knows a lot of our plays. So we're having to figure out, stuff that works around his defense. Yeah, we just got to start making plays on the offensive side. Defense has done great. Only 3 points. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, Coach Rader, you've been able to keep them to 3 points. However, they have been outgaining you guys. How are you going to stop them here in the second half?
Probably just, stick with what we've been doing. It's been working pretty well. I know we got kind of lucky because they missed a couple open passes, but I like what we've been doing so far. So.
Okay. All right. And Coach Wad, I apologize for neglecting you this last interview period. And I believe that's why I'm getting flack right now. But so right now, MT3 is starting to cause a little bit of uproar. And he's starting to make it known in the chat. Are you guys going to start him?
We're going to give Weasley another couple drives, see what he can do. I still think as of now he's our go-to, but if it comes down to it, we will put MT3 in to prove himself.
Okay. All right, thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate the interview. I will see you guys at the end of the game.
Appreciate it.
Oh,
Hi, guys.
All right, you got UCO kicking it off. I apologize. I feel like I'm a old man on the controls sometimes with the stream. However, I'm doing my best. All right, so Lake Erie gets the ball to start the half. Seeing what they're going to go here. I'm kind of surprised they're not going to the flex bone to start, but I could be wrong, and I could just be doing my absolute worst. And I'm crazy. They're going with flex bone. Coach John, how would you like me to refer to the flex bone? Flex bone? Flex boner? Maybe Coach John left. All right, so sticking with the flex bone, running back in motion. Gonna go with a dive here. 2nd and 9, get 1 yard out of that. Looks like Coach Rader's going to stick with the sorry, the 4-3 with Lake Erie going to stick with their funny playbook, as they call it. Let's see what they can end up doing. Now they're looking to move the ball up the field. They've been able to do that at moderate chunks, but they haven't really been able to get it all at once. Haven't been able to find that end zone. Oh, stepping back to pass. Oh, and a pick right to number 21. Oh, and I think they're going to get a face mask on that too. That is rough. That is rough. What a momentum swing here for UCO. They're going to go ahead and get the ball on the 44 of Lake Erie. Let's see how everybody's reacting to that right now. Coach Caleb looks like he's going to eat an eraser. He's so happy. All right. Faking the handoff, absolutely slinging it. Fred Weasley is having some serious arm control right now. I don't think the muscle relaxers really helped the Weasleys this offseason, but hey, they're doing their best. MT3 is crying out in the chat. He really, really wants that. He really wants that starting job. He hasn't had a starting job since season 2 of RFCL when he was the quarterback for Miami, Ohio. If you can even call him a quarterback. I would say that he was the Lamar Jackson that was short and white and unable to throw. And a dropped pass by, honestly, I couldn't tell you. But Fred Weasley, while he is not making some amazing throws, he is doing his best, and his wide receivers and pass catchers are not having a good time. I think that UCO might be starting to fish for some suggestions on how to fix their offense here in the chat. I'll make sure to let them know. They are listening to my the stream. I guarantee it. 4 seconds left. Snaps it. And throws it into the stands. Fred Weasley with a very unfortunate 5 for 12 with only 45 yards in the air. Able to get nothing done with an amazing position that they got. Here to punt is UCO. And they do. Looks like they go high with it. And it's going to go out the end zone for a touchback. Lake Erie to look at some possible changes. Going to go with Joey Suriel, who is absolutely cold, has not been passing it all tonight, but looking to have a change here in quarterback to see if they can get something going on offense. Now, I know we're all accustomed to a little bit of higher scoring games here in Season 4, for the exception if Lake Erie is involved. However, we're starting to look like Season 1 of RFCL. Oh, and the run here with a 2-yard loss from LaDainian Tomlinson. I was kind of looking for a little bit more from him tonight. It's been mostly Green in the backfield, causing or getting any of their yards. Going with the double stack here, it looks like. They're going to switch out of the flex boner, see if they can end up getting something else going on. And now we have some beef between Coach John and Coach Pars, seeing which offense is worse. LaDainian Tomlinson with the catch, absolutely destroying that one DB. 5:28 left in the third quarter. Pars reminding Coach John what the American grading system is. Lake Erie looking to go to an audible. Does. Gets sacked immediately for a loss of 3 yards. UCO defensive line going crazy. Even gets double teamed. Yeah, I don't know what Lake Erie's offensive line is doing. That could have been Country Pumpkin for all I know. Lake Erie going to a pistol formation to see what sticks. With UCO not sticking with going to end up deciding to stick with a 4-2-5 here. Coach Rader's been using a lot of different formations tonight, and the scoreboard only being 3-0, I would say that's been very successful. Suriel now with the pick, with roughly the same starting position for them. Now it's up to Lake Erie's defense to see if they can actually do anything. Going with the split offset here. Starting at the 46. Fred Weasley with 2 backs. And Harris with a 6-yard gain. See if they can get some of our offense going. Going with the I formation here. Taking the snap, handing it off. Major run there from Green. Still opting to go with the I formation with a hurry up. Taking a look at the signals. .20 seconds left on the play clock. Ball is snapped. Steps back to pass. Big run there, or big catch there from Tony Curtis for an 8-yard gain. Fred Weasley's looking to get some stuff going in the air. It's been mostly the run game. Run up the middle, 3rd and inches, only able to pick up a yard. Now, UCO's in field goal position. However, if they are to get a touchdown here, that would be huge. Because Lake Erie's offense is deciding to give UCO a lot of these opportunities to succeed. It looks like they get it. Fred Weasley with a QB sneak there to move the chains. Going to split offset again. Trying to go against the 3-3-5 to Bear. Trying to find the perfect play here. See if they can continue this drive, get some points on the board that are greater than 3. Five seconds on the play clock. Are they going to get the ball off in time? 2, 1, timeout called by UCO to avoid the 5-yard penalty. Bucky, I love you too.
All right, guys, let's get it.
We are not going to do that. Love you, Bucky. All right, we're going back to it. UCO with a brand new play clock here. Taking a step back to pass. Looking like they were going to go with a screen. Fred Weasley somehow gets it off and does get a fumble there. 2nd and 10 with 2:31 left in 3rd. Lake Erie's line is causing some disruptions here. Able to get to the quarterback way before he's able to let a screen develop. Should have been a sack, but 0 yards is better than positive yards here for Lake Erie. 8 on the play clock. Clock winding down. 2nd and 10. Fred Weasley takes a snap, hands it off. And then Green gets a nice 3-yard rush. Clock still ticking. Looks like Lake Erie's going to go to the nickel formation. Stay away from their usual 3-3-5. So 3rd and 7, looking to get some points on the board here, hopefully greater than 3. Taking a step back to pass, throws it to nothing. Had a wide receiver wide open in the middle, possibly could have punched that into the end zone. Looks like we're going to get a nice... Oh, is it happening? Is it happening? Yes, it is. MT3 is in the game. MT3 is in the game. They're going to go with a field goal here. MT3 finally seeing the field after Fred Weasley's very, very disappointing performance. Now, tied up at 3. We're going to see what happens with MT3. But we first have to go through another drive of Lake Erie. Lake Erie receives it, decides to bring it out of the end zone. Gets to the 29 for a 30-yard return. Now, are they going to go to the air here after 2 straight turnover drives, or are they not? And yes, as Bucky mentioned, Fred Weasley is benched after back-to-back Heismans, so that is unfortunate. How the mighty have fallen. And he got benched last week as well. We're gonna see what happens. 2nd and 8 from a 2-yard run of LaDainian Tomlinson. Under a minute 30 left in here in the 3rd. Got a 2nd and 8 opportunity here. Lake Erie deciding to go with a 5-wide formation. No halfback in the backfield. Taking a step back to pass. Completes it to Aaron Fuller for a nice 9-yard reception. Finally able to get something going. Will they elect to stick with it, or are they going to switch up everything here? Going with Maryland I. Coach Rader waiting to find something. Joey Suriel with technically 3 completed passes, 1 to the UCO defense. LaDainian Tomlinson with the grab. 4-yard gain. 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We have a tight one here, folks. We have a 3-3 game. 3-3 game. One very prolific offense, at least in past seasons, versus a very prolific defense. Not a whole lot in between. LaDainian Tomlinson having kind of a quiet night. Eight seconds on the play clock. Taking the snap. Big run here. LaDainian Tomlinson for a 7-yard rush. Could be the end of the 3rd quarter here. Looking like they're going to take it all the way out. And that's it. Put up your 4s, ladies and gentlemen. Just kidding. There's no ladies in this chat. But, gentlemen, put up your 4s. We're about to go into the 4th quarter. Bucky trying to drop an image in the chat. I at least wasn't able to really figure out what it was. John having some fun. John, go start some more beef in the chat. It's been very entertaining to watch. Looking like they're going to chew some clock here in the fourth quarter. Steps back, takes the sack for 7 yards of loss. Unfortunate here. Lake Erie trying to find the perfect play here. Going to elect for a split shot out of shotgun. Is it load option pass season? I think it would be funny. Playcock at 2 does get it off. Passes it to LaDainian Tomlinson to make it go back to 3rd and 10. 3rd and long, but they prove that they can get some yards back. Double stack here. UCO electing to go into quarter to make sure that they do not, in fact, get that first down that Bucky is making so very apparent that they need. There goes my light. 10 seconds on the play clock. UCO backing off their corners. Lake Erie needing to make something quick here. And flag is up. Delay of game on Lake Erie. Unfortunate there. However, that is not something you end up wanting to see in a game like this. Looking to get a little too cute with it by sending 50 audibles through. So John, Coach John, I'm really confused at why you elected to take the delay of game there, because that doesn't make sense. Like, you should be there. You're the one on the sticks, right? Even though you are suspended. All right, going with a bunch of different plays. 3 seconds on the play clock. They do get it off on time. In time, this go. Guy wide open. John Weeks Jr. 23-yard reception. Huge. Huge, as former President Trump would say. Lake Erie is definitely looking to make things interesting here by making UCO get out of a deficit. Clock is still ticking. Got about 5:20 left. Doing a good job. Flexboner, if you will. Joey Seriel has really done a good job since getting in the game. Only one interception, which is a pretty high bar, apparently. All right, we got a 3rd and 7 here with 4 left in the fourth. I apologize. I had to take a second. First down for Lake Erie. Massive opportunity here. They are knocking on UCO's door. 3:30 left in the fourth. I am excited. It is looking like a game. They are on the 21. It is crazy. They are just 1 yard out of the red zone. LaDainian Tomlinson with the rock. Big 5-yard gain there. Clock will continue to run. You're just crazy, Bucky. I think you're just crazy. If the audio's gone, I don't know how to fix it. So 2nd and 5. Massive opportunity here for Lake Erie. 45 seconds, or sorry, 2:40. 7 seconds on the play clock. 2nd and 5. Fullback dive. 3-yard gain. Looking good here. 3rd and 2. 2:20 on the clock. See, I wonder what we're going to see here. What look are we going to see? Coach Rader being patient here, deciding to go with waiting for them to make a decision. Lake Erie showing that they are veterans in this, that they care, that they want to get another big win under their belt, putting themselves as the front runner for the Natty. 2 minutes left in the game, 3 seconds on the play clock. 3rd and 2, snaps the ball, fullback dive, 4th and inches. Big play call here for Lake Erie. Looking to go opt for the goal line. They might be having some big talks here. They might be going for the field goal. They have a lot of time. I would not be too surprised if they take it all the way down to 1 second in the play clock, call a timeout, talk a little bit more. However, it looks like they're going to go for it. Goal line normal. Probably going with the QB sneak here. Very big play. Very big play. Looks like they're going to be... UCO's ready. UCO is ready. 2 seconds. 1 second. Calling the timeout. Expert clock management there. Looking to see if they can milk as much out of the clock as they possibly can, as well as possibly decide to opt for the field goal here. Talk it through with their coaches, see what's going to end up happening. Got it, seeing a lot of activity from the chat that they want this, they want them to go for it, even from Coach John, who is unfortunately not there to make the call for them. Looks like they are going to go for it. 6 seconds on the play clock, and they do get it. Joey Suriel with the 1-yard QB sneak. Minute 14 left in the fourth. Now, if you're UCO here, you're going to start taking some timeouts, seeing if you can get Lake Erie to just take the field goal and eat up some additional, or keep them from eating up some additional clock. Less than a minute to go here in the fourth. 5 seconds on the play clock. Fullback dive, it looks like. 2-yard rush from Beck Lindsay. Timeout from UCO. 2nd and 8. Going to the big run conservative with a balanced clock management. Curious to see what happens here going to the Maryland wide. Electing to keep it on the ground. Probably not going to even do a toss here. They're scared. They don't want Joey Suriel to have it all hang up in the balance. We don't want to. Lake Erie does not want to see this game go to overtime. UCO using their final timeout with a 1-yard loss from Lake Erie. Now, this truly is one of the score lines of all time. Looking like the victor's going to be either a 10-6 or a 6-3. They're going to knee it here, take it all the way down. All right, now we're going down to 5 seconds here. 4th and 11, so this is the only opportunity. This is the opportunity to put away the game, make it just to where it's a field goal, or a squib kick, excuse me. "28-yard field goal. It is a chip kick. It is a chip kick. There's surely no way that he misses this. And it's good. 3 seconds left on the clock. And John, I don't feel bad. I do not feel bad. All right, going with a squib kick here. 3 seconds on the clock. How much can they take off of it? 2 seconds, 1 second, 0 seconds. Clock hits 0 with a thrilling 6-3 win for Lake Erie, taking down another high-level opponent. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into some interviews here. I'm going to go ahead and start with UCO. All right, gentlemen, tough loss, 3-6. What are you going through? Let the whole chat know.
I don't know. It's truly now an open QB competition. I mean, Fred Weasley missed I don't know how many passes, that were wide open.
Mm-hmm. Respect to Core. His defense did play great, but at the same time, you do have to look at it from both sides. Where almost every pass play, we had wide open receivers all over the field, and he just missed them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's more of a poor performance by Weasley. But that's 2 games in a row where he's just been horrible. I think he wanted to go to the NFL, and it might be time to take those chances away from him, because he is not very good.
Okay, so it sounds like he's going to the USFL after this. But I will say, while you guys did end up losing, holding a team to 6 points was a really good defensive showing here. Coach Rader, how are you going to take this into next week?
I'm really proud of how the defense played. Obviously, we got forced 2 picks, and like you said, holding them to 6 points. So just kind of probably just refine some of the things that we added to the playbook, because obviously it worked pretty well this week, and just go from there.
Okay. And I will say that MT3 has been causing uproars. He is wanting that starting position, so I think you got a dog coming up. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Wish you luck on the rest of the season except for week 4. All right. Lake Erie. Not necessarily a flashy win, but a win nonetheless. 6-3. How are you feeling? What's going through your minds?
Defense wins championships. I don't know how they said their defense didn't improve from last year, but if this doesn't prove anything, I don't know.
Okay, I can see that. Defense does, in fact, win championships. However, we saw an abysmal performance here by Fred Weasley. How are you going to play against a team that ends up having a really solid quarterback that's able to get them a lot of points, even against some high-tier defenses? Do you feel like offense is going to be something that's kind of lagging behind there?
No, Jara, he wasn't really that he was a little distracted this game, so he hasn't been as we haven't really had Jara the last 2 games, so I'm just ready for him to be focused in, and I think our offense will be a lot better than the last 2 weeks.
Okay, Coach Jara, do you have anything to say?
Like Core said, I've been here, but I haven't been here, right? And we're still winning, so I'll take that. Hell, we're scoring more than they scored. I'll take that. Probably never starting a black quarterback again in Lake Erie, because I don't know how that was, but I guess the game plan for next week will be whites, right? We'll see. But on a serious note, though, it was a hell of a performance by Joey coming in off the bench and securing the game, I guess you could say. Although we definitely need to score more. 10 in 1 week and 6 in the other just isn't going to cut it. Our best offensive players are kickers so far, so we'll go back to the drawing board and see what we can cook up.
Okay.
A win's a win, so I'll take it.
Fair enough. Who's your next game? All right. I appreciate the 1 week at a time. All right. Well, I won't be asking you too many questions past that, but thank you guys for your time. I wish you guys luck until we face you, I believe, at Space Force. All right. You guys have a good one.
Yep. See you.
All right. So that's going to do it for this week of RFCL. I mean, sorry, it's only Wednesday. It's going to do... All right, that's Wednesday. Good game. 6-3 victory for Lake Erie over UCO. Can UCO end up getting it back, and can Lake Erie survive with this lack of offense? We'll see. We'll see. All right, you guys all have a good one.